not what Congressman Brandon Williams wanted to hear from the Speaker of the House on a visit to Syracuse this afternoon, the final days of his campaign.
Yeah, when asked if he'd try to repeal the legislation that brought Micron to Central New York, Speaker Johnson said, quoting now, "I'd expect we probably will." News Channel 9's Andrew Donovan, just back from asking questions of the Speaker. Andrew, this could be a big deal.
Could be a big deal in these final days, and I want to say we are hearing in the last few minutes from the Williams campaign trying to clean up what seems to be some sort of what they're clarifying as a misspeak. But first, let's talk about what was said. This was the closing argument from the Republican candidate, bringing in the highest-ranking member of his party for his bid at a second term. Now, a week since former President Trump called the CHIPS Act bad, Speaker Johnson was directly asked if he'd repeal it with a possible Republican majority.
Will you guys try to repeal that law?
I expect that we probably will, but we haven't developed that part of the agenda yet. We got to get over the election first, and that's why we're so happy to be in New York's 22nd. Brandon Williams is one of the most important races in the country.
Now, obviously, the CHIPS Act is hugely impactful here, and my job is to keep lobbying on my side. That's why I've crossed the aisle and supported many things that against leadership. But that's our partnership. That's how we're going to get through this. Being reelected, I will remind him night and day how important the CHIPS Act is, and that we break ground on Micron.
So right there in real time, you saw damage control from the Republican candidate, the incumbent Brandon Williams, saying in front of Speaker Johnson that he supports the CHIPS Act. I did just get off the phone with the campaign manager in the last 10 minutes who rushed me a statement basically saying the Speaker has since clarified, claiming he misspoke, perhaps misheard the question, and does support the CHIPS Act and supports Micron coming to Central New York, but thinks the legislation overall needs some reforming. Jeff.
Okay, Andrew, thank you. Trying to clarify all that. Speaker Johnson's CHIPS Act comment came after he spoke to a room of about 200 people supporting Congressman Brandon Williams, most of whom raised their hand when asked if they've already voted.